Okay, we are ready for some single sound warm up. See if I can get this on my feet as well. I think I can. All right, so we'll start with drops all the way around. We're going to start with our right foot. Hands are out to the side, and we tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going for fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Heel, 2, 3, 4. Heel. And two toes, 2 heels, 2 heels, toes, toes, heels, heels, and single, 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 tap, tap, boom, boom, again. So we did 8 of the singles. We're going to do the whole thing again, and we're going to start with our left foot. We have 5, 6, 7, drop, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, heel, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, change, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, do 4, and 4, 4, 4, let's do 4s again, 4, and 4, we have 2, 2, 2, and 2, again, single, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, one more. Now that's not the same, these 4 drops is not the same as a cramp roll. A cramp roll is actually a step, not a drop. So let's look at that. In a cramp roll, we would pick our foot up and step, step, heel, heel, step, step, heel, heel. Moving from the right side, step, step, heel, heel, step, step, heel, heel. So we looked at lots of different ways to do cramp rolls before. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 5-point cramp roll, 5-sound cramp roll. Some people also call it a rolling cramp roll because it goes from one side to the other. So we're going to sneak our foot up. We're going to lift up. Let's see if I can shine this light. Is that maybe a little better for my feet? So we can sneak our toe up in the little rocking chair position, and we can spank, lift up. So normally when we do a spank, we lift up, and then we're going to be able to step down. Okay, so see how that works. We're able to do the step because we did the spank to pick our foot up. Now we can put it down, and then another step, and a heel, and a heel. When we drop the second heel, we can lift the toe. So we have step, step, heel, heel. I'm going to move this so that it's lighter behind my feet. Step, step, heel, heel. When I drop this heel, I'm going to pick my toe up. And now it's ready for another spank. Get my lighting right. Yeah. So production quality is going up here. So here we go. The toe is lifted. We spank to bring it up, step it down, down, heel, heel. When we step down the second heel of the cramp roll, we go ahead and automatically move into this little rocking chair. Now I'm doing the spank with my toes turned out. That's really just for visual so that you can really just see where the rocking chair is happening. It can happen anywhere. So we could do this completely in parallel by lifting up the toe, spank, step, step, heel, heel. Now this one's up. We could do the whole thing in turn out position with the spank here, and we could continue the turned out position all the way through the cramp roll. All right, so we have those 5 sounds going together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that doesn't really fit with modern music, right? We need 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we have here is and 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's take a look at how that's going to go with counting or with music. So we would have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Listen to it. So it's a quick spank step, and then we move right into the second step. So that's how that works. So we're going to practice that, and we're going to speed it up a little bit. All right, so knees are soft, arms can be out for balance. We're going to go ahead and be ready to spank into that right foot. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Spank, step, step, heel, heel, spank, step, step, heel, heel, spank, step, step, heel, heel, spank, step, step. And 1, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, really good, really good. Awesome. All right, let's move into some of the flaps and flap heels that we've been working on. A flap is a brush and a step. So a brush is an upward ending skill, and a step is a downward ending skill, which means that if we flap, we are going to change weight in some way. From here, our heel is already off the floor, so we're going to put it down for a heel drop, and now we're ready for the other foot. Now let me just go back and say this. After the flap, now we're ready for the other foot. We could pick this one up because in the flap, we're already standing on it. So when we do the heel drop, that does not mean that we changed weight on the heel drop. We changed weight on the flap. Heel. So when the heel drops, we're already not standing on the other leg. Now we're over here for the flap and the heel, and flap, heel, flap, heel, flap, heel. Anytime you ever do a flap, it could travel. So we could take what we just did and move it. Or we can do it in place, just like what we did, flap, heel. When we do it in place, we're bringing the spank not just up, but a little bit back. We're keeping it under us. So I'm going to go a little bit back for my flap, heel, flap, heel, flap. It's very, very small. It's not like we're going to be back here, like when we did our first ever learned how to do shuffles, right? And they were so big. It still stays just under the body, but we're in control of where it goes down. So if we want to move and travel and we want to make that big, if we have somewhere on the stage that we need to really get over there, then we could make that really big if we needed to. If we take our flap out there, we must bring our body with it. So we won't be doing this. Instead, we would, just like when we walk, because we don't walk like that, right? We walk over our body. Yeah. So that's how that will work. Let's take a look at flap, heel, toe. So this is a new little combo, but it's so much fun and it really sounds cool. This one is a little bit more deliberate in the staying in place. So allow yourself some grace if you do move around a little bit. That's okay. So we have flap, heel, toe. Flap, heel, toe. So the toe dig is an upward ending movement. And I continue to press upward or downward because it will make so much sense to what comes next. So if we have a flap that ended down, now we're going to take a heel drop, which is going to end down. And now this leg is completely free. Toe dig. If a toe dig were to end down, I'm not able to do the next flap. It has to end up so that I'm ready for the brush up, step, down, heel, down, toe, up. So just kind of throwing that in there as we learn. Let's take a look at the, I'm going to see if I can move this back a little bit, at how we might travel that, okay? So it really just makes a very interesting sound. The little rhythm of this combo is really a nice, it sounds very pleasant. So we're going to go ta-da, da, da, ta-da, da, da. Flap, heel, toe. Flap, heel, toe. Flap, heel, toe. Flap, heel, toe. So we could travel that wherever we wanted it to go, or we can stay in place. Flap, heel, toe. Flap, heel, toe. Flap, heel, toe. Flap, heel, toe. So notice that I said toe instead of toe dig, and that's typically how it's known. It's just a toe. And most of the time, a toe dig is either going to go behind you or under you. It will seldom ever go anywhere else because it really is hard to do it that way and awkward and doesn't look good or make a good sound. So that's where the toe dig is primarily going to go. All right, so here's an interesting thing we could do with this, and that is to travel laterally. So we're going to move to the side. So the flap and the heel is going to bring us over, and our body will travel with us. From here, we could do a touch and bring it up, or a toe dig and bring it up. All right, now we can continue to go that way, but what are we going to do with this foot? It's not going to go, how's it going to get over there? It's going to cross the body, flap. So this is what it looks like if this were the front of me, if that were the audience. I just slipped over and did a flap here. Now when I take that heel drop, notice that one is in front of the other. So I'm going to take my dig here, and I'm going to be ready to take my next flap heel a little bit behind so that I can keep my body on the same line. So let's look at that again. Flap, heel, toe, cross it over. Flap, heel, toe, flap, heel, toe, flap, heel, toe. All right, let's take it back to the other side. Flap, heel, toe, flap, heel, toe, flap, heel, toe, flap, heel, toe. Yes, yeah, good. That's really good. All right, so we could do the same. It's the same kind of rhythm with flap, ball, change. So what we did with the flap, heel, toe, we ended up with the right leg up. When we were moving to the left, the right leg ended up. Now we're able to move with the right leg. But when we did the flap, ball, change, we changed weight in the middle, flap, ball, change. The reason that we can move the right leg now is because we had a downward ending step on the left. So even if that doesn't make sense to you right now, or if you're thinking to yourself, why do I need to know that? At some point, you're going to be like, whoa, that makes total sense. All right, forgive me, have my little coffee there. Let's move all of that back with the flap, ball, change, traveling with the right foot. We have 5, 6, 7, and flap, ball, change, flap, ball, change, flap, ball, change, flap, ball, change. So notice that even though we were moving to the side, we could still keep our body facing primarily forward or to the diagonal and still let our feet move in a free way to one side or the other. So a flap, flat ball change, any of your flap movements can travel in any direction, even backward. If we decide to do the flat travel patterns backward, then it becomes a back flap. Now, I don't typically call it a back flap. It's a spank step, and a lot of that comes from I'm trying to break down the actual steps so that we understand that it was a spank and a step. But a back flap is what it's actually called. So we would flap back here and drop the heel, spank, step, heel. So that is either a spank step heel or a back flap heel. It is not a drawback. A drawback is something completely different, and we're not going to do those today, but we are going to be doing those. But just understand that that's different. So in a back flap, we have a spank and a step that happened on the exact same foot, and the heel drop also happened on the same foot. Spank, step, heel. So we have one foot going all three sounds, and the other foot making all three sounds. All right, now let's turn and we're going to do our flap heels forward and flap heels back, 4 in each direction. We have 5, 6, 7, and flap heel, flap heel. Now we're on this foot, so we're going to have to make it go back, and it's already behind us, so we have to pick it up a little bit. Yes, yeah, good, good, good. Yay! So those are pretty easy, and they can be done anywhere, and we can also add as many heels as we want. We could do as many heels as we can get into the same amount of time space that we could get one sound. Okay, bye. All right, so we have flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, right? Or we could do 3. We can do 4. We just have to move a little bit quick. Knees are soft here. That's going to help us move quicker. And we also want to make our movements really small. So we're not going to pick our foot all the way up. It's just going to be like this little tiny up so that we can make all the sounds. So if we do 4, it sounds like 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. So when we do singles, it's just a count, 1. When we do 2 sounds in a 1 space amount of time, then it's and 1, okay? And 1 would be a flap. If we were to do a flap heel, so 3 sounds in that space, it would be and 1, and 1, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. If we do 4 in that amount of space, it would be and 1E, and 1E, and 2E, and 3E, and 4E. So it's kind of strange the way that works, but that's how that sounds. And if we're looking at tap dance dictation or notation, then we would see it written as that. What do you do on the and 1, E? And then it goes on from there. There are other notations as well. So it's kind of cool to see that. Now we can do all of those same sounds and we can repeat it in a shuffle. So everything that we just did easily flowed from one side to the other because of the placement of the downward ending step. But then we get over to the shuffle. okay? And the shuffle likes to be complicated. It ends upward, shuffle, shuffle. It ends up, brush, spank. So it always has to have a downward ending step behind it in order to do anything. So if we just went shuffle, step, we're on our toe, and then we could add a heel. Shuffle, step, heel. That's how we can get from side to side. Shuffle, step, heel, shuffle, step, heel, shuffle, step, heel, shuffle, step, heel. So if we listen to that, if we were just going to kind of close our eyes and listen to the noise. And then let's go back and listen to flap, heel, heel. It's the same rhythm. Now, the heel tap does make a different sound. So you can hear kind of that thud, that heavy, even sound, that sort of deeper sound than a toe tap. But the rhythm of it is the same. But how we got there was different. So just kind of keep that in mind. So taking a look at the shuffles, we're going to shuffle, step, heel, and move to the side. So we'll start moving the right foot. We have shuffle, step, heel. Now there's two things we can do here. We could shuffle, step, heel, and just bring ourselves into this same parallel position. So we would call this open. Now let's take it back, and this time let's cross. So we'll start with the left, shuffle, step, heel, and I went a spaced over. Now this one could come in front of us, shuffle, cross it over, step, heel. Then this one comes back, shuffle, step, heel, cross over, step, heel, shuffle, step, heel. So those are just some, just placement. It was the exact same step. Everything about it was exactly the same, except that it was crossed over instead of open. All right, so we're going to start to look at a tap dance rhythm. We're going to take a shuffle out to the side and a step heel, and a shuffle and a step heel. Shuffle, step, heel, shuffle, step, heel. Easy. Now we talked about having doubles and triples and things like that. In shuffle, we can do a double shuffle. A double shuffle is going to happen one shuffle after the other inside the same time space as a single shuffle. Shuffle or shuffle, shuffle. So we're going to make 4 sounds instead of 2 within the same amount of time. The important thing here is to let the back of the leg do the work and not try to make the foot do the work. Let the foot be very loose. So you want to loosen up the ankles and let the back of the leg pull your bottom leg back. Pull back, pull back. So the bottom of the leg and the foot did not do that work. The top of the leg did the work. Now let's see. Let's just make that a stamp instead of a step heel. We could make it a step heel, but for the sake of the combination that we're going to learn today, we're just going to do the double shuffle and one stamp. Now, because we are turned out, instead of doing this to the front, which we could do, but we're doing it turned out for visualization, we want to try to use our big toe on that. Instead of trying to worry about trying to get all 5 toes on the floor for that, let's think about using our big toe. And also remember that our turned out space is really more of a diagonal than exactly to the side, okay? So we're going to go. We're doing 3. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so let's do it again. And this time we're going to start with the left. We have 5, 6, 7, and double shuffle stamp, double shuffle stamp, double shuffle stamp. Then we're going to go shuffle stamp, shuffle stamp. So we did 3, and then there's going to be a break. All right. So let's start with the right. We're going to do 3, and then we're going to keep going in the same directions, but we're just going to do 1 shuffle and a stamp and 1 shuffle and a stamp. All right, ready? Here we go. We have 5, 6, 7, and double shuffle stamp, double shuffle stamp, double shuffle stamp, shuffle stamp, shuffle stamp. Yes, 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 yes. So you can hear that rhythm. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. All right, so that's what we're going to do with the left leg. 5, 6, 7, and all right, yay! So we're going to do all that again, and we're going to do each side without stopping. So we have 5, 6, 7. Here we go. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp. Shuffle, stamp. Shuffle, stamp. And shuffle, shuffle, stamp. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp. Shuffle, shuffle, stamp. Shuffle, stamp. Shuffle, stamp. Good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was great. So we've got that nice little combo. I'm going to look up the other part of the combination, have it jotted down over here so I can make sure I do it all correctly. Okay. So the first part of that could be a little complicated. We're not going to let it be complicated. We already know the first part of the other step, and that is flap, heel, heel. So what you're going to discover today is that so many of the patterns and rhythms in tap dance are 3 and a break. 3 and a break. It looks good visually. It sounds good. The listener is pleased by that sound. And so that's where a lot of this comes from. It just kind of rolls into a nice rhythm. All right. So it's something that in the beginning of tap dancing, the dancer enjoyed the way it felt. It felt even though it's not even. It felt complete. So it felt good on the body. And then as an audience, they began to discover that it felt good to their ears. And so that's how it evolved. And now that researchers have done all kinds of sound studies and how that is pleasing, or how we find pleasure according to sound, you'll begin to hear that in music as well. When you have a chorus followed, in verse, it kind of all works the same way. So we're composing music with our feet. Let's go ahead and do the flap, heel, heel. So we start with the with the right, 6, 7, and flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel. That's the 3. We're ready for our break. The left foot is going to lead into the break with a shuffle ball change and then a stamp. So when we did a shuffle ball change stamp, anytime you ever in your whole life do a shuffle ball change stamp, you're going to end up with the same foot ready to go that you started the break before the break. So we started with the right with the flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel. So for shuffle ball change stamp to be our break, we're back over here on the same foot. Okay, so we did not change weight with that particular break, which means we need to add a verse, which we just learned with the double shuffles. So looking at this again, we have shuffle, ball change, stamp. That's our break. And remember, this is one of those that's, if you can say it, you can do it. All right, let's try it now with the shuffle, ball change with the right foot. Shuffle, ball change, stamp. Shuffle, ball change, stamp. Shuffle, ball change, stamp. Shuffle, ball change, stamp. That's how that's going to look. Let's add it in with the flap heels, and this time let's start with the left foot. We have 5, 6, 7, and flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, shuffle, ball change, and stamp. Now we have this foot ready to go, and eventually would like to do everything with the other foot, so we need to do the double shuffle combo with the left. Double shuffle, stamp, double shuffle, stamp, double shuffle, stamp, shuffle, stamp, shuffle, stamp. Now we're ready for flap, heel, heel over here. Flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, shuffle, ball change, and stamp. Double shuffle, stamp, double shuffle, stamp, double shuffle, stamp, shuffle, stamp, shuffle, stamp. And we're back over to the left, just like when we started the combo. So we're going to do that whole thing again. That's a lot. That is like 3 different combinations. And we have some breaks in there. Breaks can be very confusing. So let's do it really slow. And this time we're going to start the whole thing with the right foot. So we have flap heel heels first. The break on the flap heel heels is shuffle, ball change, stamp. And then we move into that double shuffle combo. And the break there is going to be the shuffle, stamp, shuffle, stamp. All right, ready? Here we go. Flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, shuffle, ball change, and stamp. Double shuffle, stamp, double shuffle, stamp. This is the third one. Shuffle, stamp, shuffle, stamp. Flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, shuffle, ball change, and stamp. Double shuffle, stamp, double shuffle, stamp, double shuffle, stamp, shuffle, stamp, shuffle, stamp. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, very, very good. Awesome. That's great. All right, we're going to do that whole thing again. And this time we're going to start it on the left because it's very important for our brain that we do both sides. We're growing gray matter. All right, ready? Starting with the left. We have 5, 6, 7, and flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, shuffle, ball change, and stamp. A double shuffle, stamp, a double shuffle, stamp, double shuffle, stamp, shuffle, stamp, and we've got a flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, flap, heel, heel, shuffle, ball change, and stamp. A double shuffle, stamp, a double shuffle, stamp, a double shuffle, stamp, shuffle, stamp, shuffle, stamp. Yay! Very good. Yay! All right. So let's review some stuff from before in the paradiddle combo. This is the one where we did 4 singles, 2 doubles, and then 1 single. Remember, it looks like a wedding cake. I stacked up the cans on the cabinet. And then where it can be confusing is that when we start over with the other foot, we do 4 singles. So when you have 1 single to finish up the first round, and then you begin the second round with 4 singles, there's really 5 there together but it's just because they're standing by each other. They're not connected, even though it sounds like they are. So try not to be confused. All right, let's go ahead and do the paradiddle combo. We'll start with the right side. 5, 6, 7, and we have dig, spank, step, heel, dig, spank, step, heel. 3 and 4. Now we have a double. And a single. Now we go over here with a single, and single, and single, and single. Now here's our double, and double. Now we're going to finish it up. We've got one single, and then we have a stamp. Yeah, good. Yes, very good. All right, same thing. We're going to start it with the left side. We have 5, 6, 7, and dig, spank, step, heel, dig, spank, step, heel. 3, 4. Now here's our double. Double over here. We've got a single. Now we're starting over. We have 4 singles. All right, we've got 2 doubles right here. There's the first double, and here's the second double. We have a single, and then we're going to finish it. Yeah, get that stamp in there in the end. Nice. Very good. Very, very awesome. All right. So that was a pretty intense combo, but we'll just keep working on it.